All right. So this is an interview for Sovereign 2XX in Canberra. It also goes on NIRS, National Indigenous Radio. So there's a lot of mob that are out in the desert, in remote areas that will be tuning into this. So can you just introduce yourself and your nation, your name?
My name's Patrick Coolwell. I'm from the Nunukul tribe, North Stradbroke Island.
Yep.
North Stradbroke Island named Munanjali. 3 clan groups. This is the Nunukul, Gorumpul and the Nugi, but together we call it the Quandamuka.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And you grew up here in this country?
Yeah, grew up here all our life, learning hunting,
Yep.
gathering, fishing, and doing a lot of the culture as well on the island. So
Yeah.
a lot of the indigenous history and stuff, we're pretty much right into it.
And who in your life was important to you growing up that passed on cultural knowledge? Who was that?
A lot of them come as the Walker boys or Walker brothers. It's Josh, Raymond, Shay, and they brought up a lot of the song and dance on the island, which we learnt from a young age. And I realised from learning that from a young age, that stuck to us. And now, being that there's not many songmen and digimans on the island, based on the island,
Yeah.
being one of the youngest on the island, it's pretty hard to try and get people to sing or even dance in front of people as well. So with the culture coming back from Josh and them, it's good that we do have culture here that we can learn.
Yeah. And what is one of your favourite dances that's been handed over to you that you do?
I can't have a favourite dance.
Yeah.
I like all the dances, because all the dances we do represents something from the country or from the land, so we can take stuff from that and learn in our hunting or learn in a way.
Yeah.
For example, Mary Gimper is a sea eagle, and he taught us how to hunt the sea mullet.
Yeah.
And when he would strike at the sea mullet, he'd let the first group go through and he'd strike in the middle. And when he strikes in the middle, the sea eagle, it confuses the fish and it keeps the fish up to the surface, and they'll swim into a bait ball, and that sea eagle can continuously feed at that group of fish because he confused them by striking in the middle.
Yeah.
Where if the sea eagle striked at the leaders, the first or the end pack, they tend to sink down to the deep parts of the ocean and you can't get a feed.
Yeah.
So now when we go hunting for the sea mullet, we let the first patch go through and we strike in the middle, and that's what helps us catch the majority of our fish. And so we interpret that into a song and dance,
Yeah.
where the kids learn about the sea eagle and the way that it hunts, and they can also do the song and dance as well.
Yeah.
So each song and dance that we do represents stuff, and that's why I like doing song and dance, and I don't have a favourite song and dance.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all good to me.
Yeah. Now, you've been down to the 10 Embassy, you've been part of the sovereignty movements around the country. And what is the thing that caused you to actually campaign for our sovereignty rights? What is it for you?
Just the lack of the government and white people not understanding our Indigenous culture and recognising it and helping it expand in a way where we can benefit a lot more.
Yeah.
And that 40th anniversary, that was it was like a highlight for myself, when we had Auntie Kath and Donna Rusker and other people from the island that's been down to Canberra a number of times. So it was only a matter of time before the next generation had to make a move and start going down there, and that's what led me to go down there, is the passion of being an Aboriginal person. And I think the build up of that 40th anniversary was so good that I wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah, yeah. And what do you think that drove the elders and stuff, to fight and for you fellows, the younger generation, to follow suit? What is it that they were fighting for, and do you think we've got there yet?
I can't even say that we've got there yet, because we are still struggling in houses like we are today by paying rent and electricity, bills. We still got to live practically by what white man wants us to do. And that's why we all go down there to fight, and that's probably the same reason why them old fellas went down there years ago. And there's so many struggles that we can all put together and all come together, but we're all just stuck, still fighting against a race that doesn't understand us.
Yeah. And in an ideal world, say if we could have anything we wanted, what would you like to have for, say, Stradbroke Island and your people? If we had our own way, like if you could have anything you want, what would you like to see happen?
More for the next generation and the future.
Yep.
As a lot of us start to grow, we can see a lot of young ones either getting in trouble or there's not much jobs around. So with, and even affordable housing, or even with the the native titles, where they can somehow come up with a plan where they can do something with the land and just make sure that everything's right for Indigenous people.
Yeah, so ensuring that our rights are protected.
Yeah.
And so forth. Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
You're right.
Yeah.